Hello world of YouTube, and welcome to my Watsky Discography review update. In this video I'm going to be covering his album that came out a couple of months ago, Cardboard Castles. But if you'd like to go ahead, if you haven't seen part 1 of my discography review and you want to check that out before this review, I can't link it to you on screen because I don't have the door-for-door. I'm currently en route to Indiana to see my girlfriend, so I can't link it to you because I left it at home. But either way, I can link it below in the other thingy where it always is. So if you want to check out part 1 of my discography review, where I cover everything that he's done up to this point, from Invisible Link to Nothing Like the First Time, it's linked below. I talk about who he is, all that stuff, all that fun-ish. But this record, Cardboard Castles, is kind of a big deal in the terms of Watsky's discography, because it's the first release of his since he blew up. The first record of his since he blew up. He's put out mixtapes and EPs and all that stuff, but he hasn't put out a second record until now. And I honestly love this thing. It's, if you've seen my top 11 albums of the year so far, it's on there. This is going to sound really vain, and I know it's not true. I know it hasn't, but I feel like he watched my discography review, took the positives I had put in there to heart, and put them in a record. I feel like Watsky's taken bits of each of his previous releases and put them into a really solid second album. He has the acoustic instrumentation influence from the EP that came out last year, Watsky and Bodhi. He has he's continuing that blending of comical songs and serious songs. He's even introducing a thematic element throughout the record that kind of is touched on. It's kind of loosely placed throughout the record of Watsky and this child having a conversation, carrying a narrative of the reflections of an older man to a younger generation, life lessons, all that sort of kind of sprinkled throughout. And I think that this record is just a really well put together piece of work. I love the comedic tracks like Ugly Faces and Kill a Hipster, which is pretty funny, and Hey Asshole being my favorite track of the record, because not only is Watsky great, but Kate Nash is really well used for the hook of that song. I like Kate Nash. But I think that the serious subject matter songs are even better than they've been in any other Watsky release. I like the almost tongue-in-cheek style, not tongue-in-cheek, it's a couple lines, but the tongue-in-cheek style of Tiny Glowing Screens, part 1, and having part 2 being a serious look at how he feels about how we feel we're too significant because of the age of the internet, or how we feel like we're bigger than our own britches. He feels like we're bigger than our own britches. And dedicated to this Christina Lee being another fantastic, serious song about a friend that died, with this really dreary outlook on their relationship, and how it's a mourning track, a track written in mourning, but also it's sad because of the way that the relationship was, him and Christina Lee. I think that this record isn't perfect. I do think that there are a couple of filler tracks, like All You Need Is One. That track is kind of filler. I don't really like it. I think it's bland in contrast to a lot of the other tracks on the record, but I do think overall this thing is fantastic. I think Watsky's on form. His features are really well utilized. Again, Kate Nash being probably the best one on the record, if you ask me. But I think the hooks that are on here are really catchy and awesome. I like tracks like Sloppy Seconds, that have just really fun choruses with really serious subject matter. And that's the thing, like, the serious songs aren't just dramatic, they're also playful, like Fireworks, being kind of how an introduction, a semi-introduction to who Watsky is again, but short and brief, and almost a response to haters. And I love this thing. I love this record so much. It's really good. If you agree with my discography review and the positives that I had, you'll most likely love this record. I feel like Watsky knows how he wants to make music, and I think that he knows what to bring into his music to make it better, and I like that about it. I definitely recommend this release just because it's a fun alternative hip-hop record by a poet who deserves some more exposure. his songs I want to talk about? I don't think so. That's about it. My favorite song again is "Hey Asshole." I think that that track is just great, but which is linked below. I shouldn't say that, but I'm gonna get out of here. Keep on driving, make another video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this discography review update. It may seem a little short, but I've been wanting to talk about this record. I had everything formulated, so yeah. But I've been Viralrak. You guys are good at situations, and I'll see you another day.